What is up, everybody, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at what has happened in Hamilton, Ontario for the month of July. These numbers are very significant because many people are reporting lower sales, higher inventory, and no one's really talking about what's happened in prices. And prices have actually creeped up. Maybe not to the numbers that you may like, but they actually have creeped up. Towards the end of the video, we will actually take a look at what has happened since January of 2024 and what direction prices have gone, so we can actually get a sentiment of where the market is trending. Now, we are a day away from the Bank of Canada announcing potentially a rate cut. I do expect to see a rate cut, especially with two important economic indicators did get released, and that was our inflation report, which showed that inflation is now back down from 2.9 to 2.7%. And our unemployment rate had now creeped up to 6.4%. So a little bit of a good sign, considering when we looked at what actually happened in May and inflation had actually creeped back up, was a little bit frightening, because at that point I was thinking that there's no way that there's going to be a rate cut. So good news is that the chances of a rate cut are quite high, and hopefully Canadians will actually get a break when it comes to their revolving credit. So now let's take a look at these numbers and see exactly what happened compared to last month. Now, again, if you're in the market and you're trying to sell or even buy, it's very important for you to look at what's happening today and what may have happened last month. Looking at year-over-year statistics is a very long-term play. And really, real estate, one of the benefits of real estate is that in the long term, yes, real estate does go up. Now, the only problem is that many people did get caught in that February of 2022, and has resulted in people would have to wait a lot longer in order to actually reap those dividends because they were caught upside down. For those people who were actually caught in February of 2022 market, and maybe even a little bit before or after, they would have to actually be waiting a lot longer for prices to actually come up to those numbers. Now, some people with mortgage shock have been forced to sell because they can't maintain their payments, and at the same time have had to absorb a loss, which is more than likely their down payment on their home that they put in, which is very unfortunate. But what we're looking at right now is to see how we are trending, and hopefully with now understanding that there is no pressures of inflation, that we can actually see home prices get to some form of stability. Hopefully with these numbers, it actually will allow you to understand what is going on. Pause the video when you see statistics that are very important for you, and so that you are able to absorb this. This is all for your advantage and for your ability to determine whether or not you are going to buy or sell. Now, if you do have any questions regarding anything that has to do with real estate or mortgages, I highly encourage you to book a call via my Calendly link, and I would be more than happy to go over all things real estate and mortgages with you. It is a complimentary call. There is no cost to it. I'm more than willing to provide whatever I know about real estate itself. I have been a real estate investor for over 20 years, and I am a licensed realtor here in the GTA. So without further ado, let's get into those numbers. Now, if you do like the information that I provided, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, as it does help my channel and the algorithms, and hopefully we're able to share this information with those people that actually do need it and can benefit from this. So the first thing that we've got here is the home sales. So home sales now, we have reached 495 units. That is actually down 25%. So this is something that everyone has been going through when they were saying that home sales were down, inventory is up, but where are house prices? They're not really talking about that. Majority of the people are actually waiting for the next rate cut. And then it will be interesting to see what actually happens in the market. You can see what happened last month. Last month, we were actually at 637 units. That was actually down 18%. So just a side-by-side to see, yes, we have been seeing sales decrease month over month. The new listings here is 1,264. We're up 7.4% from year over year. Now, if you look at last year's market, it wasn't anything. Now we're actually also going through the phase of the majority of homeowners that had actually purchased in 2020 and 2021. Their mortgages are actually renewing. So these are the people that are actually getting that sticker shock and perhaps being forced to sell, to downsize, And then you also have people that are participating in the real estate market in general. Last month, we were actually at 1,425 units, and that was also up 14.5%. So it's nice to see that we haven't shot up again over what happened last month, but yes, we are high. The inventory is now 1,952, up almost 55%. Last month was also up almost 57.2% at 1,830 units. If we look at the months of supply, we've got about 3.9 months of supply. The importance of actually knowing what the months of supply is basically to see whether or not it's a buyer's or a seller's market. Obviously, the more time it takes, you would actually see the market regress into a buyer's market. Average days on market, we've got 25.2 days as the average days on market. Last month, we were actually at 22.8. So month over month, again, we've got almost a 2.5 day increase. Where's our average price? Guys, it's at 831,190. Hamilton Board uses the average price, so we're going to try and stay with the same stats here. The average price last month, 817,000. So again, there has been an increase. Where is the majority of the transactions taking place? And here, really nice to see, because really you can get a home pretty much from, I would say, really a decent home from about 550,000 definitely into the 800,000s. And the best thing is that you have to be able to find something that you can house hack. Finding a lot of properties for people where they're able to rent an additional dwelling, and then that helps them subsidize their mortgages, and things are very palatable for the homeowner. Many people are fighting those high costs, and this is one way that definitely helps them. And the majority of the activity in Hamilton, Ontario, again, is still taking place in Hamilton Mountain, followed by Stony Creek. And then we've got Hamilton East, and then we have actually Hamilton Center and Hamilton West. I usually focus on the Hamilton Center area because I find that there's a little bit more value there for you to be able to house hack. Mountain is obviously great, but you are paying a little bit more, but a far better area overall. Let's take a look at Hamilton and compare that to the GTA overall. We've got Hamilton at 831,000. The GTA's numbers are now at 1.162. Flat over there, up 1.8% in Hamilton, Ontario. If we look at the yearly summary from January till today, we are actually up 4.9%. The GTA is up 12.4%. The reality is, guys, that many people are talking about housing market is going to be going further down weight, which is fine if you think that that's what's going to happen. But the reality is if it's also gone up 12 points and then you see a retraction go down maybe another 5%, you've still missed the boat. And if you potentially are sitting there waiting and trying to time this market right now, especially considering when you're looking at where we were in the peaks and then going all the way down here, or we're actually right here at 684 as a median price here. But if you see this chart and see that we've come all the way down here, we seem to be hitting this resistance level, if you want to call it, where home prices are holding for it, considering how the decline of basically what happened from 851,000, we would see a decrease in the market of almost 20% anyways. So depending on where you're buying, people are actually creating a little bit more equity for themselves and taking advantage of it. Now, the only question really becomes is the affordability, and are you able to take on these higher, more interest rates? So many people are still waiting to see whether the interest rates come down before they jump in, which I think at that point, with the reduction of interest rates, is simply going to result in prices going gradually higher simply because of demand. I hope you like the content that I provided today. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And until then, stay savvy, stay informed, stay knowledgeable, and may your investments flourish and your dreams of home ownership become a reality. We'll catch you on the next one.